Hello everyone, this is Darwell20 and welcome to episode 9 of Darwell20's Let's Play of Mechanical Mastery, where today I'm just getting ready to make some upgrades. The first thing I want to do is make the reinforced integral components that'll make my machines run just a little bit faster. I do need some quartz, which luckily I have pretty well automated. And I'm going to want to steal just a few of these. I think 8 should be a good number to go with for now, but we'll see. Looks good to me. So that used a little bit of electrum and a little bit of signalum. No big deal. And that's going to speed up over here my pyrolyzer. At least that's the plan. Oh yeah, big power burst. Mostly because I feel like the pyrolyzer is probably my biggest bottleneck in terms of making steel so that we can make steel gears so that we can make these blue things. So I'm going to keep an eye on this for a little bit and see what other upgrades we might need to have. But now I've got a few more integral components. I'm sure that power is probably going to be a problem at some point, although I'm not entirely sure how sure I am of that. I guess I should, you know what I should do is I should throw like a battery of some kind, like one of these power dudes on there, and find out if it is. You know, we could make a basic energy cell real quick, right? Yeah, I don't see why not. Basic energy cell. Yeah, we can make one of those. Why don't I do that just so that we have, you know, all the stuff ready to go? We can see what kind of power input and output's happening, and then we'll have an idea if we are choking on power or not. Just get 2 of these. Just need some iron to go along with this. I don't think I actually need any dielectric paste at the moment, but we need to get into a. Actually, I do need dielectric paste, don't I? Oh. Good. There's a lot of stuff that I want to get to and get around to automating, for sure. Let's see, where can I stick you? I might just stick it in the ground here. This should work, right? And then we'll see if we're gaining. Looks like we are. It might not be much, but we're gaining, so that's kind of cool. And you guys are all still running just fine, right? Yeah. Alright, so maybe our power gen here is sufficient. The problem, well, the reason that the power gen is sufficient, I'm hesitant to call it a problem, but it's a reason. The reason the power gen is sufficient is most of these machines are backstuffed at this point, and everything's kind of just waiting on more coal coke. So if we really wanted to do better by this, we would probably have more pyrolyzers running. That would probably be the smart play. And we could expand that if we needed to. So, like, for now it's okay, but at some point we're probably going to want to amp that up and make this more efficient. But I think what I'd like to do is focus on progressing through the pack so that we can get access to better things like probably more automation, specifically refined storage and/or applied energistics. We have to figure out which path we're going to go down. I'm leaning toward applied energistics because we did do refined storage last time, but we'll see what happens. In terms of Chapter 2, did I do everything in here? So short of this, which I can do real quick, and a dye mixer, which I'm probably going to also do real quick, and I should make my infinite steak because it's getting to be that point. I should not have too much of a problem with that. I want to add all those. Crushing wheels might not be a terrible idea. Though I might hold off on that. We'll see. And then we want to get into mechanism logistics. Cool. And look, I'm getting power juiced up. Nice. Because I have a battery. Yeah. That's neato. And then we want to make each of the different, you know, cables for mechanism. And I'm guessing that's one of the next things we're going to be getting into. Yeah, standard recipe of steel and redstone, so not a big deal there. And these guys, I assume, are also standard recipes. Yep. Oh, so it uses a pretty pipe. So not quite a standard recipe for the logistical transporter. And the mechanical pipe is the standard one. Okay. So if we wanted to finish out Chapter 2, those are the things we would need to make. Crushing wheels, obviously, needing the infrastructure for mechanical crafters and redstone electron tubes and all this stuff. You know, brass. We'll have to see. Is there like a... yeah, induction smelter can do brass with copper and zinc. Sweet. All right. Well, that's good to know. So, let's see what's involved here. I might jump into mechanism before jumping into finishing up chapter 2. Mostly because I'd like to get access to an applied energy system if I can relatively quickly. But we'll also get Philosopher's Stone, we'll get mechanism machines, we'll get a lot of stuff by unlocking chapter 3. So I think that's what we're going to do. So let's do that. You managed to create an improved version of your mechanical essence, but you feel it can still be made better, and you're going to find out how. Dun 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 dun. Sweet. Alright, so let me put away some stuff here real quick before we jump into this chapter. I just want to organize my inventory a smidge, because it is, unsurprisingly, a little bit of a mess. Is that my create machine area over here? Yes, where I've been storing all my create stuff. Okay, cool. So you can go in here, buddy. I'm gonna remember this a lot, but I'm questioning whether or not the memory thing is working properly. Let's see. So if I do this and then this, but if I middle click, it's still sorting. Right. Something is misbehaving with the whole sort mechanic, but we'll just have to live. I do like having my laser IO stuff all organized in my backpack, though. That is super convenient. Maybe you don't go in there. You can go in here. Perfect. All right, organized enough for me for now. So now I'm going to collect all the new EMC items that we can get. So uraninite, which is actually interesting. You get raw uraninite in EMC form. So like, we don't process this at all. Like we can just immediately start using it. That's a thing. So we don't have to process uraninite. That's kind of cool. And glowstone and apatite we do need to process. Okay. And glowstone is my first energy source. Neat. And that's going to unlock the Philosopher's Stone, which we're going to get in a minute. Osmium. And that looks like we actually have to make these two, so that's fine. Flux we have to make. And then expanded rewards. Or expanded thermal. Which I guess is just saying, hey, go make this thing now. I did this already. Quest complete. Aha! So I guess technically I do have access to these at this point. But let's make our Philosopher's Stone, because that sounds like a plan, right? So do I have any diamonds hanging around? I may not. A stack of diamonds is nothing for me EMC-wise at this point. Okay, let's make sure our osmium goes in here before I accidentally use it. Because that was the only other thing we got for freebie, right? These guys are like, oh, go make stuff. And flux blocks we'll take a look at in a minute. Doesn't look too bad. Just obsidian dust and the regular mechanical essence, which we are doing okay on. What I should do, and I'm probably going to do, because it looks like that regular mechanical essence is used for a lot of things, how about I do this? So over here, you are filtered. Okay. How about I change that to be the extract side as the filter? Okay. That's smarter, right? And now what I could do is throw a chest here, right? So now you're filtering on the extract. And on the up, we can put an item card, which we'll insert on orange. This is why you don't use the base channel for stuff. And then I want you to have a counting essence and a high priority, right? Or a counting filter, that is. So for the counting filter, it's a observer is what I made it, right? Yeah. So we do this, we get the blue essence, and we bump it up to like 16. So what should happen now is it'll keep 16 in the chest and then start making EMC out of them. Cool. And that'll keep 16 available for me to craft with. And that'll be neat. Okay. So I've got my glowstone, I've got my redstone. That means I should be able to make a philosopher's stone now, which is cool. Look at how cool that is. And now I can take iron and make ender pearls. Correct? I believe that to be true. There's lots of things we can do with this now. This unlocks a massive amount of cool stuff. But there's the ender pearl recipe that I wanted. Should be neato. Ho-ho! That's what's up. Quest complete, ender pearl. Nice. And time for a quick nap. I like Chapter 3 already. Getting access to that was cool. Okay. So you guys can go in there as a resource, right? I'm cool with that. Neat. Alright. So now that we've got that all done, we can either break into Mechanism now. You can also get... Oh my, look at all these things you can get. All these building materials. That's cool. More log types with the Philosopher's Stone. Yes. Looks good. Flux networks we can get into at this point if we wanted to. I don't know that we need to just yet. And then getting gunpowder is not too bad either. Okay. Any sulfur dust, any nitrate dust. You'll have to artificially synthesize them by crushing sandstone, and sulfur can be obtained with oxygen and coal/charcoal in the PRC. Okay. Why do I feel like I've seen nitor or nitrate somewheres? Or sulfur. I feel like we had some of that stuff somewhere. Definitely have some sulfur. Just a little bit. But I'll hold off on that. That doesn't look like an urgent need. I don't have a big need for gunpowder. But I am interested in these effigies. Let's take these. The most magic thing in this mod pack has. In this mod pack, you can craft special effigies that, when dropped, instantly summon their respective entity. This can be done both manually by right-clicking the item or automatically with the click machine. They may require infusing with some specific liquids before fully awakening to their potential, though. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Oh my. We're going to need a soulstone to make one of those, and some calcite. And calcite can be made in the induction smelter with bone and bone meal. Okay. Did we say bones have EMC? So we're easy on that. Alright, so does the soulstone itself have EMC? No, but the soulstone recipe is actually pretty cheap. It doesn't... Okay, so lapis, redstone, and glowstone. That's doable, right? That's exceedingly doable. You're saying get one of these, which, you know, I probably wouldn't mind. We'll think about that. And then calcite was induction smelter of regular stone and bone meal. So we're going to want some regular stone and bone meal in an induction smelter. Looks like he's almost done with the work that I gave him earlier. I actually had some bone meal already. My bad. Oh good, it's a quick recipe at least. Okay. So now we can get dormant effigies. So that's pretty automatable, right? Maybe not super easy to automate, but we should be able to automate crafting these. And it looks like we either need to fluid encapsulate them to get blizzes, basalts, and blazes, and blitzes. And that's where we get those four things. Effigy automation, iron spikes, accumulator, and click machine. Pretty cool. Peaceful route. Whether you're playing on peaceful mode or you just don't want to hurt innocent creatures, the sawmill can extract the materials directly from the effigies without spawning mobs at the cost of potential energy. Okay. That's cool. So if I had the blitz effigy, they would drop a blitz mode in the sawmill. Okay. And that might also just save on... Well, we'll see. This one looks more fun to set up, though, right? Doesn't it? Vacuumers can easily pick up their loot, and our tools timers can constantly activate droppers. This is just one way to do this. If you have another idea, feel free to do it your way. You know Dyer likes to do things his own way. I can totally make flux linkage amplifiers now, by the way. Complete side note. Maybe that'll help my pyrolyzer out a little bit, too. That's a lot faster. We'll see what that's doing to my power, but... actually still gaining. Actually still gaining. Not too shabby. We actually might be gaining on coal coke at this point. That's a possibility. Okay. Somebody's running a little bit faster now. I like that. Not bad at all. Okay, back to the effigies. So we're going to want a lot of these, right? In theory, yes, we're going to want a lot. Unfortunately, soul stones do not stack, which is not amazing. It's not a great situation to be in. But at the very least, we can kind of start the process. I feel like there's a lot of automation coming up, and I really want to get into applied energistics so that we can use that to start building our automations for us. Because I have a lot of ideas on things I want to do. I want to fully automate resource production with EMC. I want to fully automate so that I don't have to like grab copper and tin and stuff as I need it. Like I want to automate that so that it's ready and available, and then hook it into an AE system which can autocraft for me, like the whole 9 yards, right? I got ideas, but in order to implement said ideas, I'm gonna need more stuff, and we're gonna need a little bit of automation. So I think we want to pulverize lapis, right? Isn't that what we decided is a good way to go? Yeah, definitely a good way to go. All right, so lapis is not a problem. Redstone and glowstone are not a problem. So we can make all the soul stones that we want, right? And that's not a big deal. And then we can make all the effigies that we want, which will be far easier once we can autocraft them. Okay, so to get that going, there's a few things we're going to need to do. We need to make all 4 elemental charge types from all 4 thermal effigies. So we need the blaze, we need the blizz, we need the blitz, and we need the basalts. And then, once we have those 4, the next thing we need to do is make a blaze burner, which obviously we can make with the blaze effigy, which is nice. Cool. And that's pretty cool. And then we need to make improved mechanical essence, which is a blazed, heated version with the mixer of ice, earth, basic control circuit from mechanism, so I better add that to the to-do list. Regular mechanical essence, which we're building up some of. Fire charges and lightning charges. And then once we have that, we can break into the AE route or the refined storage route. Okay, so refined storage controller, in order to craft it, needs an improved mechanical essence. The AE2 route, we're going to need to get some skystone, which needs improved mechanical essence. That's a little expensive. We're going to need skystone dust. You know, the crushing wheel gives me the skystone back, so that's kind of not terrible. So does the mill. Okay. Yeah, we should add that to the to-do list. Certus quartz crystal, which we can apparently get from washing skystone dust. Cool. Unfortunately, they don't have AMC values, so that'll be a little bit tricky. Enrichment chamber will definitely help with the Certus quartz seed to crystal growth stuff. But we just bulk wash skystone dust, and we get Certus quartz. Okay. And then we just need the charger for this guy. We can get it from skystone dust, or we can charge it with the Tesla coil. Or we can use the fluix aggregator from lazier A2, or we can use the charger from regular A2. And then the inscriber presses look like, ooh, recipe sequences. Okay. That don't look too bad. Yeah, we can totally do that. Standard stuff there. What about silicon? What's the plan for that? Just smelting quartz? Or silicon compound from... How about you? Certus, we can sell that. Okay. So that's our plan, right? Now that we know what we're doing, right? We need to get all four of these dudes. We have to make all this stuff, and then we can work our way up to 82. Cool. And then the ME controller is going to need some stuff. And we'll... Actually, it looks like they give me a lot of resources for free once I do this quest, so that's actually very nice of them. Alright, so I think I've got all the machines I need at this point. I've got the Magma Crucible, which will melt down the liquids that I need, Resonant Ender, Destabilized Redstone, Lava, and Energized Glowstone. Then we put them in the Fluid Encapsulator with a Dormant Effigy, and that will make the appropriate thing. And then from there we can sawmill it into the drops that we need. Deal? So with that all good, let's get ourselves some power cables. Do I have any? Am I out of power cables? I might be. I might be out of power cables. I was using basic, right? So that's just going to need iron and basic capacitors. Not a huge deal. Me. And you can probably go away for the minute. Okay. How about back here is where we'll set this up for now. So you should have plenty of power for all this, right? So we'll do this in the order that we want the machines to run in. So you're going to be bing, bang, boom. I will sleep through this night real quick. Hopefully that's nighttime still. I think it's literally morning, but just enough. Just enough night left. All right. So into here will go things like glowstone, right? So if I want energized glowstone, it is 1 dust is 250 still. Cool. So I do that, and then I pop one of these dudes in here. If I tell you that you're outputting to the right, and I tell you that you input from the left, boom, we've got a blitz effigy. Sweet. Okay, that was easy. And then for glowstone, I assume it's 10 or 100 millibuckets, so I need 10 of them, right? Yeah, 100 millibuckets, so I need 10 of those dudes. These guys might benefit from a little bit of speeding up. We'll see. Couldn't hoit. Okay, and then 1 effigy in there. And then lava is what with cobblestone there? 250? Okay, I can do that. Obviously I have lava in other places, but I might as well just, you know, do the thing. Right? That should be quick and easy. So there's your basalts. Okay, so that's 2 down. There's your blaze effigy. Okay, and then resonant ender just needs 4 ender pearls. And that's easy peasy. Sweet. And then we can just do this, sawmill them up, which looks like it could use a speed upgrade. And that gets me all that stuff. Cool. Now, does any of this have EMC? The answer is no. So, going forward, any of this that we want to do is going to have to be done with an automation system around that whole setup, right? Again, obviously, we go this route, right? We either do something like this, which can click them into the world, and then iron spikes will kill them, and the vacuumulator will pluck them up, or we could go the peaceful route. I'm guessing that there's some kind of, like, spike or way to do that with, you know, fortune or whatever, but we'll get there. Now, for the elemental charges, we're going to need some gunpowder and some coal, it looks like. Or charcoal. Gunpowder and charcoal. So it was telling me that I needed gunpowder. That is true. I did need that. Do we have charcoal? Charcoal doesn't have a EMC value right now. We should have coal hanging around. Yes. Cool. Okay, I'm gonna put you guys away for a sec while I'm working on this. So to get this set up, we're gonna need the gunpowder, which I don't think we've gotten yet at all, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so let's add just one of these to the list here, right? So really, gunpowder is the key to getting this stuff. I'm just checking to see what tricks might be in store for gunpowdery stuff. Boom shroom s'mores. Neat. Okay. Raw zinc actually can be washed, and you get gunpowder from it. That's cool. And other than that, it's really just the nitrate dust, or the niter, or the niter dust and sulfur dust, right? So let's review this chapter real quick. So any sulfur dust, nitrate can be obtained by crushing sandstone, and sulfur can be obtained with oxygen and coal/charcoal in the PRC. There's got to be another way to get sulfur, though, because I've got sulfur. Right. We don't have an EMC value on them at all. Nope. It's probably a secondary output from something that I've been crushing. Yeah, lapis. Okay, so it's a secondary output for both lapis and for coal. So that's cool. That's how I've been getting that. I have actually a pretty good chance of getting it from lapis in an induction smelter. So there should be more in here right now, because I recently just did lapis, right? We have a ton of that. I really need a better source of sand, though. So they said pulverizing sandstone will get me niter. Yeah, at a 30% chance. Yeah, I'm not wasting my basalt's powder right now. I wouldn't mind wasting some flint. I could probably do with that. So I've got a little niter, right? Niter has an ore, but there's no EMC to it. It's a 30% output from any sandstone material. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, it looks like you just have to process sandstone to get niter. That's probably your best bet. That, or you can turn your blitz motes into blitz powder, and that gives you a 25% chance, but that's really not... That's not sustainable. Not easily, at least. Okay. So now that we've got this, we can get gunpowder from it, right? So what we need to do is process the sulfur and niter in a pulverizer, which shouldn't be too bad. Right? It's my time. I've got you. And the good news is you kind of get your sandstone back, so at least you can, right? Because when we do this in a pulverizer, you get 2 sand back. So you get half your sandstone back. Or sand back. That's not terrible, at least. It's not terrible. So then we're going to want, let's start with 6 of them. Does that sound cool? And then I'll put the excesses in here for now. Okay, so now we've got those 2 dusts, which quest completes this. Bing, bang, boom, it gives me extra dusts. And then gunpowder by mixing charcoal, nitrate dust, and sulfur. That would be, I assume, this recipe here. And that does look more efficient, especially from the nitrate perspective, than anything else. Now, can I mix that with coal, or does it have to be charcoal? It's an exceptional question. We're about to find out. Yeah, no, I don't think so. I think it has to be charcoal. Well, that's not a problem, because we have oak in a furnace. And I will probably further upgrade these as well. And at some point, I'll turn all these into the gold version of them, because, you know, as we do more with this, I'm getting less and less patient. Like, let's go, I want more things. Alright, now we can get gunpowder. That's looking pretty good. That ain't looking bad at all. What are we short on now? I feel like we have enough of everything. We have 4 niter dust. Isn't that the recipe I just made? Crazy. That gives you 1, but an 80% chance. That gives you an 80% chance as well, but also 1. And that gives you a 50% chance. You know. Oh, we've got a lot of gunpowder now, right? That's 4 becomes 6. That's 2 becomes... Well, actually, yeah, I think this is the slightly more efficient approach, isn't it? Because that's 2... That doubles, and that's a little bit less than double, technically. If this was 8 gunpowder, that would be the more efficient route. Oh well. Not the end of the world. We've got our gunpowder. That's all that matters. I'm actually going to store you here with the rest of your friends. Alright, so with now night are done, and we got our gunpowder quest complete. Boom. Now we can get these dudes, right? So all we need is that coal that I just put away. And you, sir, I need to turn into blaze dust, right? Blaze powder. So that's 2. In a crushing wheel, we'll get 3 with a 25% chance to get 3 more. You are 3 in a pulverizer, and that's probably your only options. So let's go with... I'm just going to put 1 in there for now. Just in case I want that blaze rod for something else in a minute. And then we can get our fire charge. And then for the ice charge, we're going to need the blizz powder. I assume I need to pulverize all of these. But let's just validate that in a sec. And I'm only going to make 1 batch of each. Lightning charge is blitz powder, which again is a pulverized version of the blitz mote. Right? You get 3 with a bonus, or you get 2. So pulverize everything. Got a snowball. That's cool. And that's your lightning charge. And then finally we need the earth charge, which will be a basal's. And that is a whole bunch of quests complete. Like a whole bunch. I feel like I should have a dedicated chest for this. Shouldn't I? At least for now. Because that is a lot. Let's put it here. Right next to, but not feeding from. And then all the things that we need to make all that stuff can go in here. Along with the gunpowder even. Right? The sulfur dust. I don't know if that goes in there. I'll even put the calcite in there to make those dormant effigy guys. Earth charge. That's feeling pretty good. Okay. Cool. Let's go through these quests now. You're all done. You give me extras, which is nice. Cool. And then I can make my blaze burner. So now I just need an empty blaze burner and the blaze effigy, which is the lava one, by the way. So we do 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom, boom. Grab an effigy. And this is partially why I didn't auto-feed into the sawmill. But I can in the future. Okay. I guess you could get a speed upgrade. I'm not opposed to that. And it was a netherrack, right? And that gets you. And that gets you. Perfect. Quests complete. Alright, good deal. And now we can technically make improved mechanical essences, which is what we need to do in order to get into the A system. So it's 1 of each charge. Right? 1. I'm going to get 4. I'm going to take all 4. Why not? Let's get all 4 charges. Okay? And that's the one that needs gunpowder to make. So that's like the final version of it. So 1 of each charge, plus regular mechanical essences, plus the basic mechanical circuit. Right? So I'm going to actually come over here, snag the 4 of these that I'm going to need. I might actually just grab all 16 and let this thing rebuild more for me, because that's just fine. We're doing good on EMC, you can see in the top left, right? We're not gaining there. So now we just need basic control circuits. So we're going to need our metallurgic infuser, which is like very simple to make. I will want some of my osmium. Melting up, please. Do you induction smelt? You do not. So should I pulverize you? Furnace can smelt it up. And then there's the whole purification chamber process. I don't... Pulverizer doesn't even accept him. So for now, just smelt him up until we get more into stuff. Right? And then you, and redstone that I'm going to need. I'm going to need a lot of redstone for this. That's okay. Redstone ain't hard. And then you're going to chill here for a minute. You're going to get a bunch of redstone dust. And then the basic control circuits is just more osmium, which is being dumped into here. For now, we'll just do this. Give you a little tick accelerating. And there's your basic control circuits. Okay. Now I'm going to come over here. And I'm going to make another basin and another mixer. Just so that we can have this stuff ready to roll. And I think I can just place them right next to each other, right? So basin is easy peasy. Mixer, slightly less easy peasy, but still not terrible, I don't think. 5. And a small cogwheel. Okay. And then to keep stuff simple, for now I'm just gonna... Oh, I overstressed it. Well, first I would like you to be on this side. Is that a... Yeah, overstressed. Okay, that's fine. Well, I wouldn't call it fine, but it is what it is. Okay. What's the sitch? Overstressed, for sure. I could either slow it down or maybe add another water wheel. Probably should add another water wheel. I do like these new water wheels that, like, I don't have to mess with the perfect values thing with water and everything. I may need some buckets of water. Do I have buckets? You know, I was meant to be wrapping up by now. Ah. Alright, we're gonna knock this out real quick. All I want to do is mix one real fast. You know what I can do? We're gonna wrap up. I'm gonna do the water wheel off camera between episodes. What I'm gonna do is remove you for a sec. Should be sufficient. Good. And then your job is to get heated up with the coal. Boop. And then it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ha-ha! Ha-ha-ha-ha! Now, for completion of quest purposes, I am going to drop this in here. Maybe before I do that, can I add you to the... I did do that. Alright, good. Sweet. Okay. And then... You know what? He auto-outputted, didn't he? Well, I'm about to get another one. Though technically they have an EMC value, so I should be able to pull it out, right? Ta-da! Quest complete! Smart Dyer is smart. And look, I got an extra one. Yay! Can I use that for anything besides no? Alright, so that just is free EMC for me as a quest reward. Alright, so we're going to wrap up here. I'm going to come back next episode. I'm probably going to wind up getting a few more of these improved mechanical essences. I will get the water wheel downstairs. And then... we can get into Applied Energistics next episode. For now, Del20 signing off. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. For now, take it easy.